Good morning, dudes. Let's see. So, I just dealt with... it doesn't look that bad over there, but they're really dark clouds, and I thought I was going to get poured on, but I got all my rain gear on, and luckily I didn't. But, let's see, what happened this morning? All kinds of charging issues. So all my stuff is uncharged and whatever. My inReach is charging. Blah-de-blah. North Adams, I didn't take any video last night, did I? Anyway, the campground, I was very thankful that they let me stay there. They were closed, and I definitely caused them a little bit of hassle, and I appreciate it. So had a nice sleep, got up really early, packed it up. Last night I put it out on the NEBDR Facebook page that my chain is screwed. I've got 2 notches left. Yesterday it used up 3 tightening it, so that means I have maybe today, and then I don't have any more room to tighten it. I don't know why it's getting so loose so quickly, but it sucks, and I don't think it's gonna make it. So this morning people had left a bunch of cool recommendations, so I tried leaving messages. It was, so early, and next time I get cell service, I'm gonna check and see what's up. The problem is I don't know if anybody's gonna have this chain in their shop, which means I'll probably have to have it shipped from Rocky Mountain for tomorrow, and then I don't know where I'm gonna be tomorrow, so it's just always a logistical nightmare. And what else? From North Adams, I did a 10-mile detour, so I missed 10 miles at least of the route. I just needed to avoid going back up that mountain. I mean, I could have done it, but I just really didn't want to, so I took that little detour, and that worked out well. And now I'm in Vermont following Toyota, and looky there, right away. That's the end of Somerset Airfield campground. That looked like a good place to be. Lots of people, but right on the route. Oh, and by the way, that 10 miles I detoured, that's 10 miles on the road. So who knows how much that was on the route, because the route's so windy and twisty and turny. I'll figure it out when I'm at a computer. See what I missed. Whatever I missed, it was the best portion. And being in Vermont, totally makes me think of my friend Bob, who I've known since high school. When did we graduate? 86. So that's a long time. We were friends all through high school. And we both played acoustic guitar, and we were like fake singer-songwriters in high school. And you know, we used to play it. In Newtown, Connecticut, the thing to do was, first of all, there was nothing to do. So you just would go out in the woods somewhere or to a dirt cul-de-sac and drink beer. And so we used to always play at those things and high school functions, stuff like that. And then as we got a little better, we would play like restaurants and stuff. And then several times we would pack up his station wagon with our stuff and just go out. I bet I've already mentioned this, but we'd go out, we'd go to a restaurant or a bar and say, hey, Tony said we're playing tonight, where should we set up? And they'd be like, huh? And sometimes, rarely, but a few times, they just let us anyway, and we'd play. And it was super fun. And he and I also went to this guitar camp where we studied with Larry Coryell, and Michael Hedges was a presenter and did a concert. And Michael Hedges, I had never heard of him before then, and he totally changed my life guitar wise. He plays in, well, he's dead, but he played in these insane alternate tunings, and he was just an incredible musician and a really good songwriter too. And he just blew everybody away. It was amazing. And now Bob, I think he's making NFTs. He's a graphic artist, and he's really good. And he was, he's doing commercial stuff, but I think he's making NFTs, and they're killer. I've tried to understand NFTs, but I still don't quite. I know it's like digital art that you can own the rights to, but it confuses me a little bit. But they're cool though. He's got a whole series of them, and I hope he's making millions of dollars. Some of those NFTs go for crazy cash. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while, and I haven't talked to him about that for sure. But hey, Future Ranch here, and listen, I asked Johnny Powell and Tat Steve if they've ever heard this story before, and they were like, I don't think so. And then Tat Steve was like, oh, maybe it sounds familiar. So look, I may have talked about this on the Tat videos. I don't know. I think about Bob now and then, and when I do, I think of this stuff that we did together. So if you've heard this before, let me know. Let me know, because I'm not going to watch all the Tat videos to see if I said this before. If you've heard this before, I apologize. I'm getting old. Dementia's creeping in. What can I say? But that also reminds me of a time we were both in bands, but he lived in New York and I lived in South Carolina. He went to school in New York. Where did he go to school? I forget. Somewhere in the city. And he was in a band called the Sloan Rangers. I have one of their records on vinyl. And anyway, me and a girlfriend happened to be in New York, and we met up with him, and he said that they somehow had an invitation to the Ukrainian embassy, and we were like, well, we don't have anything fancy to wear, and he's like, I think it'll be fine, let's just go check it out. So number one, A future Ange can look into this for real, but number one, I think the Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union then, right? In the 90s. It wasn't its own country. I don't know. I really don't know, but I don't think they were a country yet, and I don't think they had an embassy. I think it was just a part of the Soviet Union, like a region. Okay, believe it or not, past Ange was correct. The Ukraine was just a part of the Soviet Union until, well, I think it was its own country a long time ago, like before the 20s or something, or I don't know. But then they were part of the Soviet Union until 1991, when they gained independence and became their own country. And when Ange is talking about is probably a few years before that, 88 maybe, something like that. So anyway, there's that. But we went to this party, and I mean, it was in, I guess we also should have known, oh my god, I'm sorry for all the yawning, I don't know what's going on. We also should have known from the address it was in Alphabet City, and we were walking there, and the block that it was on was like the crack vials cracked under your feet as you walk down the block. And so, you know, obviously at this point we know it's not a real embassy. And we get to the door, and Bob knocks, and it had one of those like Wizard of Oz doors within the door.
Who rang that bell?
And this girl with freaky makeup slid the little door open and said, I think she just said welcome. And it was really freaky. And she opened the door, and we walk in, and it was this insane place. It was like there was an inside part, and then there was like a wall missing, and there was an outside courtyard, and there was just junk everywhere. And then we found out it was the Uranian embassy, the embassy for the planet Uranus. So I don't know, man. There's a bunch of weird people there and weird stuff going on. And then they had this room filled with broken musical instruments. And someone was like, yeah, that's the music room. Go ahead and play. And so we all just started hacking on these old broken pianos and like violins and all kinds of stuff, and made a racket, and it was really, really fun. And that's all. Then we left. But it was a really weird, so random, such a random experience. I to this day, I have no idea what the story behind the Uranian embassy is. Just FYI, there's a Podunk, Vermont. Look it up. Upper Podunk. I think I go this way though. I'd much rather be on Upper Podunk than Potter Road. Oh wait, is this right? This is right. Follow the red line. Does not maintain signs sometimes mean something might be coming. What do you guys think about the expert sections on the NEBDR? I'm thinking no. this route has been, just the normal route has been so much harder than the Mid-Atlantic for me that I don't think it would be prudent for me to try the Expert on this bike with this luggage. On the Himalayan with the bigger wheels, bigger tires, a bit better suspension, maybe. But I'm feeling like some of these just normal roads, and somebody responded to the ride report last night about a section of, what was that state forest I was in last night? Anyway, they said there was a really rough Expert section, and I was on a really rough section. Like before that helicopter, that section was too much for me. I wanted that to be another black squirrel. And so I wonder if I accidentally took the Expert section. I hope so, because if that's normal, brother's in trouble. You know what I mean? Oh. I'm just not a good enough rider, and there's like a tipping point. Like, if it's a certain amount of difficulty, I like it because it's fun. And it's, you know, it's fun to have a little challenge. But then when it starts to feel dangerous and stupid and like I'm gonna ruin the trip, that's the tipping point when I'm like, no, I don't need to be doing this. And the problem is with the hard parts, the hard part is never at the very beginning of the hard part. Like if you're given a choice, okay, here's the Expert route. If you start out on the Expert route, the Expert stuff is not right there for you to test out so you can turn around. No, first you have to go through a gauntlet of increasingly difficult stuff, and then you get to the Expert stuff, and then you're like, oh man, do I turn around and go through all that hell, or do I go forward through this hell? And of course you're going to say I go forward, and then you're in trouble. I don't know why it works that way. It just does. I just want to stay out of trouble. I want to finish. I don't want to break anything. Speaking of that, the shoulder, it feels a lot better. It was easier to sleep last night. I mean, it's definitely still there, and I still can't really lift anything with it, but the overall pain factor has subsided quite a bit, so that's good. I wish I would just get the strength magically back so that I don't have to go to a whatever PT or whatever you have to do. And have I mentioned it's cold? It is cold. I'm glad to have my rain gear on, even though it's sunny. It's cutting the wind a little bit, and when I'm in the sun it feels really good, but in the shadows it's very chilly. Wasn't cold last night though. I mean, it was chilly, but I was definitely warm. And so far, Vermont is lovely. Whenever I'm in New England, I miss New England. It's just just got a vibe and a look that's pretty specific and all its own. I mean, I liked Newtown overall. It was a good place to grow up. We moved there when I was in 5th grade. Had really good friends. A few of which I still keep in touch with. And then a bunch that I'm kind of in touch with on Facebook in that Facebook way. That doesn't really matter. It was cool. I mean, it was, what, an hour or so from the city. Which we took oh, I knew it. I knew it. Who's behind me? This is how I'm gonna die. Just like this. Or that's at least in the top 4 ways I'm gonna die. It's so funny when you pass a road and you're like, oh, that's totally where they're taking me. And I'm wrong. I'm wrong. This isn't where they're taking me. Oh. Let's get this right. Can we? Is it that? No. Oh my God. Okay, so I take back everything I said about knowing where they're taking me. Anyway, New England, Newtown, it was just very, very small and very rural, which is a word that shouldn't exist. Rural.
It's from my movie. The Verger has a limited release next week.
You still don't know what the title is?
No one does. It's gone on way too long to ask her about it. Could it be Roar Her, Gem Her?
No, that doesn't make any sense. It's gotta be Oral Germ Whore.
This title isn't hard to understand, right?
No, it's awesome. I love that we can work while we're on cocaine.
Ah, the rural juror. That is something.
And by the time high school was getting to be over, I was so ready to get out of there. And my plan was to go to New York City and do I'm not sure what. But wow. But my parents had that argument going like, well, just go to college, then you can do whatever you want. But at least you'll have that college degree. And that argument is sound. It really is. But it's also a dream killer. But I wasn't really sure, so college was a good bet for me, I guess, even though I've never used my degree for anything whatsoever. Every job I've ever had, there was no degree required. I mean, I learned some stuff. I guess it made me more well-rounded. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I think going to the library does just as good. Read the books, you're done. But anyway, I did go with my parents' suggestion, and I went to the University of South Carolina for some unknown reason, and I had a great time there. And that's where I started the bands, and it just turned out to be an amazing music scene in that town at the time. Maybe it still is a good music scene there, I don't really know. Alright, I just filled up in Chester, Vermont, and now I'm headed back to where the route split off to go fuel up, and then I'm off to get a chain, I hope. One of the guys who made a suggestion, I just went down the list and called, and they actually have a chain that will work. So I'm excited about that. That will be really nice to have off the anxiety list. My tires are sort of off my anxiety list. I didn't even have that thing on yesterday, most of the time. And this place isn't too far off the route. Now here's the dilemma. It's about 3 hours to get there on normal roads, and I think the smart move would be to just go there the quickest way possible. But of course I'm getting back on the route, and who knows how long that'll take. I'm gonna at least do this first section in this forest and see how long that takes till it gets back to pavement. And if I have to cut and run, I will. And I'll skip that next part. There's like 2 loops. But you know how this goes, man. Some of these, like a 10-mile section, can take an hour. So I'm hoping not to deal with any of that. I know I should just go right there. I know it. But I'm feeling lucky. And you can see I have the route okay, I think it just got decided for me. Road closed, and I don't have the time today to go find out if it's really closed or not closed. So, decision made. I'm not happy about it, but whatever. Honestly, I'm kind of relieved that that sign was there, because I knew it was a dumb choice. I knew it, but So now it's not my choice anymore. Although, I'll bet there's a 50% chance that the road is passable somehow. I'll bet. Maybe if I had done some research, I would know what's up on that road. Dummy. And I think it's, what is it, day 9? Is it day 9? Because judging from the feelings coming from my nether regions, I would assume that ass would be on the phone right now. But I think they're waiting until day 10 when they can try to leverage the massage. And I mean, it's just, the massage is so degrading for me, you know? But we'll see. I didn't tell ass I would definitely give it a massage. Give them a massage. I gotta get this right, man. This is like my training ground. It's so funny, man. Like, if you're my age, then you probably, or older, you probably understand the pronoun thing. I mean, I'm not against it at all. I'm trying to wrap my head around it and make it a part of my automatic, like, response, you know? I'm trying, but it's difficult. For my kids, it's just, I don't know. It's not like I don't know, but they, I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, they have grown up with it more. So for them, it's absolutely 100% natural. You know, there's no thinking about it. They're just conscious of all that stuff. And they try to instruct me, but it's difficult. And I'm trying to think of something comparable that made me think my parents were old and stupid. I know there was stuff, but I can't remember what would be comparable. But they definitely think I'm old and stupid because they're like, what are you talking about? Just, you know. But listen, we all got to do our part to traipse into the future, right? Or we can just turn into old people who don't understand anything about what's going on anymore. Which, I'm right on the edge of that. I feel like I don't know, like music, I don't know anything about music, although I never really have paid too much attention. I guess in the band days, I knew all kinds of like meaningless band trivia about music stuff, because all we would do is talk about that shit in the van. But I think it's okay to become irrelevant, you know? That's kind of our job at this age. Sort of move on over, step aside, clear the road of our garbage so that the younger generation can try not to fuck shit up as much as we did. Hey dudes, I'm at ProCycle. Suggestion off the NEBDR Facebook page for the chain. They actually had one, and he said, come on in, you're gonna have to do it yourself in the driveway. But when I got here, the guy was just super cool, Pete, and the tech Jim is doing it for me. And they say the sprockets are toast, but I had a feeling that was the case anyway. I really thought Honda, my local dealership, I told them to look at that at the 8,000 mile service that I did after the TAT, where I had a bunch of stuff fixed, and they didn't say anything. So I'm a little pissed about that, but I need new sprockets. Just hoping I can make it the rest of this trip, and then I'll deal with it then, or I won't. So yeah, I'm psyched. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is the route on the left. This is where I went on the right. So I didn't actually miss too much. So I went up here, and that's where the road closed sign was. So I could have like detoured around there, but I just zipped it to the cycle place. I think that was the best move anyway, so I'm glad the sign was there. And now I'm here getting it done, and then I'll go backtrack and continue down this way. Right, on the road again. What time is it? It's 1. I think I got there around 11. 2 hours, not bad, whatever, I'll take it. But it's time to get on the route. So I'm backtracking a little bit. And I looked at the place, and I actually didn't skip as much as I thought I was going to have to. So I'm psyched about that, but whatever, I missed some. And I missed something last night too. I got to that campground, and I think I did some of it backwards. I don't know what I did. I'll have to look at my tracks at some point. But whatever, I'm on the road. It's all happening. Don't know where I'm staying tonight, but we'll figure that out later. I think Vermont is a little more lenient about the camping than Massachusetts was. Okay, so from ProCycle, there are two like loops, you know, where you have the choice. And on the NEBDR, it's not like one is expert and the other is normal. Instead, they've done it the opposite. The hard stuff is just on the normal route, and the other stuff is marked easy. So it's basically like, if you choose the easy route, you're a big baby. Which I am, of course. But I did the easier route down to here, and it was all kind of boring slab, 55 mile an hour secondary highways. And so now I'm doing the main route, which is not the baby route, which I think should be considered the expert route. So anyway, this is my test. I think this was a mistake, and I'm about to find out. Oh. Okay, I think I'm glad I'm not going that way. Maybe. I might not be glad I'm going this way. Oh, I'm not. I'm not glad. Come on, hit me. I can't do this, but you can. Whew. Oh. How did a horse trailer get back here? How? Oh my God. Well, thank you. Holy shit. Wow. Don't think I got any footage of that because it bounced away, but that was incredibly steep and difficult. And that dude with the backhoe was making me nervous as shit. Oh. Right. That was tough. Oh, God. Holy. Oh. Oh. I wish you could see me because this is the most ungraceful thing ever. I mean, I am not looking cool at all. I wasn't sure Little Ugly was going to make it up that. If I had stopped, I would have been in big trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about that with the Himalayan. I'm not sure. I guess it would have been fine, but holy crap. And these mud puddles, that one wasn't so bad, but the past few have been kind of deep and slippery. Whoa. Right. I wonder how that baby rod's doing right now. There has got to be another way in for that truck to be there. Right? With a trailer? How? Oh, now I don't have momentum. Please don't be evil. Please don't be evil. Crucified here. Crucified, I tell you. Oh, look up there. Oh my God. Oh, I shouldn't have stopped. Shouldn't have stopped. Jeez. No. No. I got lucky. That was a full getting stuck situation. Wanting to happen really bad. Oh. See a sign. A sign. Please. Please, Lord. This doesn't look any better. I go left. This Ramuntos sounds interesting. What the hell is out here? Okay. Okay. Catch up, GPS, so I know I'm going the right way. Come on. Oh my God, it's so far to the end of this. I have made a miscalculation. I hate to say it, dudes, but from now on, young Ange may be taking the baby routes because this would be hard. This would be hard for me on any bike ever made. But on a CT125 with a bunch of luggage, I can take it for a little bit, but after a while, brother just gets tired out. I mean, look at this shit. It's awful. It's awful. Dude, it's wraparound shades guy. And your duck walking makes me sad, man. Makes me really sad. Go to hell, wraparound shades guy. I'm so dumb. If I'd taken the other route, I'd probably be enjoying a margarita on the beach right now. Come on. Oh. Which way? I don't know if this is the right way. Where's my camera? I keep losing it. Yes, I know, wraparound shades guy. You're cool. I'm not. Oh, shit. I keep waiting for the promised land. And I keep getting this. What if after all this, there was a gate you couldn't get around? What if? I think I would just set up camp and wait till someone opened it. Whatever season that is. I've got some vegan chili. Can ration it out. Someone just went through here. I saw a comment from those dudes. The three guys with the Triumph and the Africa Twin and the whatever other bike. I can't remember what. They just said, hey. Assuming they got their chain issue sorted. Must break. Must take off Puffy. Must drink water. Must die. Will past Ange ever escape this section of hell? Will Ange's dream of a margarita on the beach come to pass? Tune in next week to find out. Hey, please like this video if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Also, if you're interested, there are links to gear lists and goofy t-shirts in the description. Thanks a ton for watching.